started. All right. So, everyone, you all are very welcome to the day 2 of the ACCA SBL Master for March webinars by Being ACCA. We met yesterday for day 1, wherein I had told you people all about the SBL paper, the techniques that we use to solve the SBL paper, some of the drafting tips that I gave to you people. Now, today we are meeting for the day 2. The agenda will be as per planned. May I now know by a show of hands how many of you have read through the level case study and tried drafting it on your own? I had put up a message on the group today in the morning. Okay, I'm starting to receive responses. 3 students so far. What about the others? You people got a chance to draft it, read through the scenario? Yes? Okay, that's great. So if you did it, it will be for your own benefit. You will benefit more from the webinar if you did it. If you were not able to complete it still, this is going to be useful for you. So stick with me while we are here at it. Now, again, sharing my number in case you people want to reach out to me after the session. Then agenda for the webinar. So I had told you people this yesterday also. These are the few things that we had covered in yesterday's session. Professional skills also, I had told you people that if you want to maximize on your scores in these professional marks, these are the things that you should be doing. Now talking about day 2, this is where we are meeting for today. So today we will discuss about the technical articles. Today I will also show you people a drafted question. So we'll draft question together. We'll go to the ACCA practice platform and we will be drafting a particular question together. And then further, what else are we going to do is I'll also share with you people a list of the important topics, some of the shortlisted topics now that we are only left with about 1 week for the exam. So what are the things that you people should be referring to? What are the things that you should be sticking for the revision now, because we do not have a lot of time. So the entire syllabus revision won't be possible, and ideally you people should not be doing that also. Just the important topics. I'll also tell you the important models. That is what you people should be sticking to. Further, I will also give you the study plan for the remaining days. So right now we are standing on 19th of February. That's a Thursday. So you practically have the entire next week from, Sunday till the next Saturday, and then the exam week is going to begin. So the major things that you have to do within the coming next week, that is what I will tell you towards the end of the session. So this is what we have in plan for today. And then day 3, most probably I will confirm the date very soon. Most probably this will be held on Sunday, this Sunday evening. So the same time that we are meeting today, more or less the same time, I will confirm the details with the ones who are already registered at Being ACCA. So the test series students will be attending this particular session where I will be doing a debrief of the pre-seen material. We will discuss a few topics. I'll share with you possible points which you can frame your answers better with the help of. So this is day 3. In case you are not already registered for the test series at Being ACCA, can you still attend the session? Yes, you absolutely can. So to attend this particular day 3 session, you can pay a fees of $10, after which you will be able to attend this particular session live with me, and the recorded access will also be provided till the day of your exam. So what all are we going to discuss over here? Again, like I'm telling you, we will have a detailed debrief session of the pre-seen content. We will discuss some of the possible areas, some of the possible topics which we can derive from the information that's given in the pre-seen, and a few of the points which we can use whenever we are drafting our answers in the final exam. So this is what the day 3 is going to look like. Further, now getting onto the agenda for today. So the agenda for today, the very first thing that you people saw written was about the technical articles. So there are no new technical articles which have been published by ACCA in the last 1 year. So in the recent months, in the time that you are preparing for your exam, no recent article has been released. The ones which ACCA has previously released, they have already been tested in the previous exams. So that means you you should not be prioritizing any of the technical articles as of now. But yeah, do keep a lookout in case something new comes up. My test series students, you don't have to worry about anything. In case a new article is there, I am going to bring the news to you. I'm going to also probably hold a session with you people to discuss all about that article. But right now, there are no new articles which have been published. So our focus should go towards what I will tell you as the plan that we will be following for the coming week. So as of now, no new technical articles. So we will not be prioritizing them because previously they have already all been tested. Now, when I move forward, the next thing that we will do is the second thing on our agenda, that is question practice. So I'm giving you people 1 minute while you people open your ACCA practice platform, open the level case study as I had told to you on the group also. This is the September-December 2025 paper. I'm also switching my screen. You people also open it on your end. Take 1 minute. Do let me know by putting a message in the chat box or reacting that yes, you have opened the practice platform. I'll just wait 30 more seconds, then we will start with our discussion. I think test series students, I think you people have already attempted this mock exam. If I'm not wrong, I think I have evaluated this one for you. Yes, Surya, Shilpa, Devika, I think we have had this as part of the test series, right? Give me a moment. Okay, we've had the March-June 2025. The latest one we have not done. Okay, no problem. So here we are discussing it together now. So right now for today's session, we are going to practice drafting together one task, one part of the tasks which we see over here. So we were discussing earlier, I had given you people the strategy already, what all we will be doing in the first 10 minutes. So what we had done was we had stored all of the requirements over here on the scratchpad. So now what I would do if I was starting with this particular paper on my own. So I had told you people that I would either go for task 2, that is the one which I most prefer because 3 financing methods, advantages and disadvantages, pretty easy. And considering it's only 14 marks, some of the technical professional marks also, if you add, very few points you'll have to write for each of the methods. But here we are going to now today discuss task 3A. So task 3A, let's have a look at the requirement. So this is the requirement officially as part of the task 3. What exactly does the task 3 ask you to do is, this is a 10 marks of technical requirement plus 4 marks of the professional skills. Now let's read what exactly we are supposed to do when we are answering task 3A. So what we are supposed to do is we have to prepare a briefing note for the CEO which advises Level how to manage the change process to support its hotel staff during the implementation of the new HMS. So HMS here stands for the Hotel Management System. So we are basically going to talk about the change process. This is the key highlight over here. 10 marks are available for this technical requirement. And then further it is telling me 4 marks of professional skills. How can I get that? When I am demonstrating commercial acumen skills in showing the insight in advising Level how to manage the change process to support its hotel staff during the implementation of the new hotel management system. So it's my commercial acumen which I have to show over here. So if I ask you guys in total, how many marks does this requirement carry, the task 3A? The absolute total marks include everything technical and professional, 14 marks in total. So can you let me know how many points will you people be ideally framing? Yes, very good, Chetna. 7 points is what we are going to target over here. Now, I hope that you people have already had a look at the exhibit. So, yesterday also we were discussing that in exhibit 4, we are going to find the information related to the HMS. So, just going through the information once more with you people, I hope you people have had a chance to at least, if not draft your own answer, at least read through the case study. So, you can see the conversation between two people, comments from two people on the new HMS. First is the Chief Executive Officer. As you know, hotel management systems are very important for the efficient operation of the day-to-day activities of the hotels. So this is something which is not a one-off thing. I have to use this particular system every day. However, Levels HMS is becoming outdated. Outdated means it is not updated as per the latest standards as it should be. And this is affecting the service which we provide to the guests. Therefore, we are investing in a new HMS. So similar to how, when you talk about your mobile phones, every now and then there are software updates which are sent by your manufacturer. So why is that needed? To keep your phone up to date. So similarly, the systems that the companies are using in their businesses, they also have to be updated so that they keep meeting the requirements from time to time. Following a thorough vendor selection process, Level has signed a contract to install TrickZ. This is the name of the software which they are implementing, which is a market leading HMS. So this is the one which many of the people are using in the hotel industry. However, I am concerned how the hotel staff will react to having to use a new system, and I want them to feel supported during the transition process. So the CEO is mainly worried about how the staff is going to react, because we all know whenever the organization is trying to implement a change, guys, you people let me know, is it very easy to change the way things are working in a company? No. Why is it not easy? Can you people think of some reasons why it is not easy? Okay, the staff may hesitate in adapt. Whenever you are doing something a particular manner, yes, employees resist. Why do they resist? Because they have been doing something for a particular manner. Yes, absolutely. You become used to it. But then suddenly when somebody asks you to change the things, yes, absolutely right, Disha, we are accustomed to what we have been doing over a long period of time. But now suddenly someone comes to you and tells you have to change this. That is when it's normal human nature. Change is something which we take time to adapt to. Ultimately, if we want to survive, we have to keep changing as per the environment, as per our needs. But the change is something which sounds difficult, at least in the first go. So they are worried. The CEO is mainly worried about the reaction of the staff. And what does the CEO want? CEO wants them to feel supported during the transition process. So while this change is happening, CEO wants that the staff should be supported. They do not want to simply force the things on the staff. Staff should also be kept as not just a participant. They should also get to have a say in what is happening in the company. Yes, absolutely right, Chetna. The staff may not be ready to change because they are comfortable with the previous system. Absolutely. Now, what does the CPO think? The Chief People Officer says, I agree. So he agrees with whatever the CEO is saying. It will be very important to support the staff during the change to the new HMS. So support is something which both of our higher level authorities are agreeing upon, that we do not want to force the things on the staff. We want them to feel supported. During the change to the new HMS, I know that some of the staff in our hotels have worked for Level for a long time, so are familiar with the current HMS and may be reluctant to change to a new one. So one reason why this change will be difficult, as you people rightly told me also, that it's because the staff are going to be reluctant to change because they are accustomed to, they are habitual of using the old system. I have also recently read an article about Heliot Hotels, which started using TrickZ last year. So, the same software which we are thinking to implement. Heliot found that TrickZ's functionality allows its hotels to optimize their efficiency. So, that means we are becoming more efficient if we use this software, and that the system is technically robust and reliable. So, earlier, the system that we are using right now, that is outdated, but the new system which we are looking forward to, it is technically robust. Robust means strong, there are no weaknesses in it, and it is also reliable. That means I can use it reliably. I do not have to worry whether the system is going to crash or the system is going to malfunction. However, feedback from the operational staff, who are there? These are actually the people who are working at the ground level, who are actually using this particular software, indicated that the system is not always user friendly. So this is one of the problems that is there with TrickZ. I have personally not seen this problem, but from other feedbacks I have gotten to know about this problem, and they had difficulties learning how to use it. So they were not very, it was not very easy for the staff of the other hotel company to learn how to use this particular software or the system. So these are a few key things which I have been able to highlight, that whatever my two senior authorities are talking about, these are the things which I have to be careful upon. Are you all with me till here? So far, everything sounds easy? Okay, now let's get towards the drafting of it. So now whenever we go towards the drafting, guys, what is the very first thing that we should be doing? I had told I had told you people this thing yesterday. What is the thing that we will do? Very first thing? Yes, absolutely right. We will be working upon the format. So here, the requirement that we are asked over, let's see, let's confirm once again. Task number 3, part A, is a briefing note. So yesterday itself, we had revised the formats also. What exactly do we have to write in the format of a briefing note or a briefing paper? We write, what is the first thing? You people let me know. Yes, it is FAO, for the attention of. Then you write the subject, and then you get onto the paper. So you make your subheadings wherever it is possible for you. You use short paragraphs, which will be 3 to 4 sentences each, and you can possibly also use bullet points wherever it's appropriate, but they will always have to be followed with proper sentences. Usually, guys, if I talk about practical terms, we do not use bullet points a lot, because paragraphs with subheadings look way better, way more professional, right? So here we are going to get started with our drafting for task 3A. What should I open from the response options? Should I open the word processor, spreadsheet, or slides? Yes, we will use the word processor for this requirement. So what I will do is I will create my format over here. What exactly do I have to use in my format? I will say that this is my answer for task 3, part A. And here I will say that I am getting started with my briefing note. Briefing note. And what will I say? I will say for the attention of. So who do I have to write this to? I have to make this note for the CEO. So I will say Chief Executive Officer. You can write CEO also. It depends totally upon you what you want to do. Chief Executive Officer of level. Chief Executive Officer of it's LEVWELL. So for the attention of this particular person. And then what you do is you write your subject. So guys, you people let me know in 3 to 4 words, what should my subject be? Try to keep it as crisp as possible while retaining the meaning of it. Give me suggestions. If you people had to draft the subject over here, what would you write? The requirement is in front of you. Yes, absolutely. Right, Harshita, right, Surya, right, Shilpa. We can say that the subject is, what are we talking about in this briefing note? We are talking about the implementation of the new HMS. So I'll write over here, implementation of the new HMS, right? So now I have created mostly whatever is the format that we have learned. Now we basically have to talk about the subheadings. So what we can do is we can also write a little bit of an introduction telling what exactly are we doing over here. So we can write down that level is considering the introduction of a new HMS called, what was the name of the system? It was TrigZ, I think. The name of the system was TrigZ. So we will write down the name called TrigZ. This is what they are considering at the moment. So this briefing note discusses on how level can, so you can now copy paste, manage the change process to support. So I can copy paste from here. Can manage the change process to support its hotel staff during the implementation of the new HMS. So what I can do is I'm now done using whatever I needed from the requirements. I have calculated how many number of points I need to frame. 10 plus 4, 14 marks in total. That means 7 crisp points which I have to write and explain also properly in as professional manner as I possibly can. Are you all with me till here? Nothing difficult till here? Yes? Okay. All right. Let's now proceed forward. We know that we have to talk about 7 points over here. Now, there are two possibilities. Either I can write my answer normally or I can do something else. Do you people pick the hint? What else can we do? Here we are talking about the change process. Does it ring a bell? Any concepts, any models that you have learned? Yes, absolutely right, Surya. You can use the freeze unfreeze model over here. But if let's suppose I do not use that model, if you look the answer, recommended answer, which has been published by ACCA, they have used the freeze unfreeze model. But beneath that answer, you will find a note. Do this after this session is over. Just download the answers from once you submit this on the portal and you go to the marks section, you will be able to download the answers for this paper also. So after this session is done, go and download that answer, and that answer as per the ACCA marking scheme has been given, it has used the unfreeze and refreeze model. But at the same time, when the answer comes to an end, there's a note that has been left over there by the ACCA marking team that even if the student has not used the model but has addressed the points correctly, properly, then full credit will be awarded to the students. That means just because you have not used the model, you do not lose out on any marks, right? Are you people clear with it? Using the model is not the only criteria, is not the only thing which can fetch you marks. Even if you people do not use the model, still you people can score in this particular answer. So what I will do is here, I will not use the model. If you want to see how the answer has to be drafted using the model, it's very well available in the suggested answer. I will show you people how you can frame an answer. Even if let's suppose in a time pressured environment in the exam, you're not able to figure out that this model can possibly be used over there. So even if you don't use the model, then also how you can frame a good answer, that is what I will teach you over here. We will draft an answer together which will not use this model but will still include all the relevant points to help us secure good marks over here. Right? Do you people want to do this with me? Yes? No? Yes, so let's get to it. Now tell me, if we are not using the model, forget about the freeze unfreeze model. When we were reading the exhibit, we had highlighted certain points. What were the certain points that we had highlighted? Let's now try to take some of the points from the highlighted things which we have noticed when we were reading the exhibit. So I am giving you people 2 minutes. I'm sitting right here. think what all are the possible subheadings or possible points we could expand upon whenever the company is trying to change or trying to move to a new HMS system. So take 2 minutes, read through only the highlighted portion, and then let me know maybe 1 point, 2 point, 3 points, whatever you're able to come up with, if we want to frame the answer over here. Okay, great. I see a whole variety of points coming up in the chat box. So Chetna says poor service can be there because of the operational inefficiency. So the current system that we have, it is outdated. So that can make it difficult for us to provide good service to our guests. We should be hiring experts. Maybe we are losing out on the opportunity. Very good point, Disha. We can consider giving the training to the staff, because we can see from the scenario that the staff at the other hotel was having difficulties learning how to use it. Chetna says we can lose out on customers. Okay, if we continue to become inefficient, if we continue to remain inefficient, we can possibly lose out customers in the future. Shilpa says communicate. Yes, very good. Communication will be very good. Confront the changes, talk to the staff about the benefits, give them assurance. Okay, before implementing, you should talk to the staff. Very nice. Commercial acumen, we can definitely talk about market share. Very good, Chetna. Regular follow ups, all right. Leadership style of participation and collaboration will be essential if we want to remove the fear. Yes, very good, Surya. Explaining to your staff why this change is needed. Increase in the cost, as software could be costly. Okay, so we can talk about the financial perspective also. But guys, if you see over here, the exhibit is telling you that level has signed the contract already. So already this particular contract is signed. Do you people think we should still be mentioning about the cost when the company has already signed the contract? Does it make a lot of sense? What do you people say? It does not make a lot of sense, because if the contract is signed, usually when things have gotten legal, there's if even if you want to go back, firstly, it's sometimes not possible. Even if it is possible, it may be very costly for you to cancel a contract. So we can avoid talking about the cost related aspect of it. So some of the points that you people have told me, we have to give the staff information prior. We have to consult with them. We have to discuss the things with them before we implement it. We can also give them training so that they can use the system effectively and efficiently. We can also tell them what benefits it will give so that you can encourage the staff to accept this particular change. And then you people were saying that what else were the points that you were talking about? Yes, encourage them and reward them. Very good point, Shilpa. We can also give them some sort of incentives. So, just when you are implementing the new system, how are human beings the most motivated? When they have some sort of incentive. So, you try to give them some rewards, some recognitions with the help of which they are going to be able to accept it more properly. Another very good point seen from Surya, we should test run the software. So before you switch to it completely, because this is something that you're using on a day-to-day basis. So if you are switching to a completely new thing, it can cause disruption, because suddenly one day it will not be possible to switch the entire system over which you are operating. So what you should do is you should do the testing, and the entire change also should be done in a phased manner such that it does not affect your operations. Sometimes you people will also see that companies, what they do is whenever they are trying to change their softwares, their systems, initially for the first 2 to 3 days when the transition period is going on, many companies even run both of the systems parallelly so that there is no business that gets disrupted just because we are changing upon our softwares. Shilpa says set procedures and rules so that they do not go back to the old procedures. Yes, very good point once again. So let's now move towards drafting our own answer for the task 3, part A. So I'll try and make this as big as possible while you people can still see me and the entire word processor on the screen. Okay. Right. So the whole processor must be visible to you people. Now we will be starting framing our own answer. So after subject, I will leave a line to tell that this is my introduction paragraph. Then again, I leave a line. And now I start off with my subheaders. So I will now use the points which you people had told me to frame the answer. We have calculated that 7 points is something that we should be targeting upon. Now, the very first subheader which I can say is that maybe we can start off with addressing staff concerns. Also, guys, try to keep your subheaders as short as possible. 3 to 4 words or 5 to 6 words at max, so that the most part of it you have to expand in the explanation. So try to keep your subheader as short as possible. So what we will write is, how do we start our answer? I had told you people yesterday, what is the first line that you introduce with? First line of fact. Do you write that on your own or do you pick it from somewhere? Yes, we pick it from the exhibit. Absolutely right. So what I'll do is I'll go to the exhibit and I'll say that what was the statement of fact that we were told about? We were saying that the staff was accustomed to using the system. So we will say some of the staff in the hotels have worked for a long time. They are familiar with the new HMS. So I will copy paste this part. And then one more thing which we can pick from the exhibit possibly is that they are also going to probably face some of the difficulties, and we also know that some of the people who have earlier tried to use it, so the people at Heliot hotels, they were finding it difficult. Why? Because from the operational staff we got to know that the system is not always user friendly. So feedback from the operational staff told us that it was not very user friendly. So this is the statement which I want to actually pick up from the scenario. But again, I told you people that the statement that you should pick up from the scenario, how lengthy should it be? Can I continue with these 2 sentences which I have picked up from the scenario? I can continue, but preferably this should be one line. Yes, it should not exceed more than 1 sentence. So what I say, I will try to make it a little bit shorter over here. I will say that level staff are familiar with the current HMS, and Feedback from operational staff at what was the name of the hotels? It was Heliot Hotels at Heliot Hotels indicated that the system is not always user friendly. So this is the statement. This is one sentence which I have picked up from the scenario from the exhibit itself. Now I will go on to explain. Now I had told to you people, once you have picked up the statement of evidence or the fact from the scenario, what is the next thing that you people have to do? Let's see how much you people remember from the yesterday's webinar. One valid point for 3 to 4 lines. You're absolutely right, Chetna. But what do I write in those 3 to 4 lines? Can I write anything or everything which I want to? Yes. Very good, Snehal. Very good, Harshita. We will talk about why it is relevant, what is the thing which is happening, and how it's going to impact the company. So if there's a problem that the staff are currently familiar with the new system and trick Z was found out not to be user friendly, what will happen over here is, because of this particular thing, this will create, what will this show for the staff? This may create fear and the resistance among level staff, especially those employees who have been with the company for a very long period of time, because they may feel uncomfortable using the new system. What will happen as a result of it? If the staff are not comfortable on their job, what will happen to their morale? Yes, staff turnover can increase. Firstly, their morale is going to go down, and when their morale is going to go down, turnover can possibly increase. That means more and more people would want to leave the company. Slow adoption will be seen. They will not be very fast to pick up on the new software. This will increase your risk of the implementation failing altogether. And what can happen is, operationally, this can negatively affect your guest related services. So here we have told that what is the implication with it. Now here the requirement is asking me how the company should manage the change. So should I only talk about the problem, or should I tell them the solution also for this? The requirement asks me how the company can manage the change. So should I only talk about the problem or give them the solution also? I am a consultant, I'm charging them money, so I cannot just make them count the problems. I have to give the solutions as well. Absolutely. So what we will do is, we will first write about the problem. So the problem is that this may create fear and resistance among the level employees, especially the ones which have been serving for long. That means the long-standing employees at level. And so what will be the reason for this? As they may feel uncomfortable using the new system. This can lead to staff morale. We can say decreasing staff morale, increased risk of implementation failure, and a possible decline in guest services. Now we have spoken about the problem. Now what is the solution? You people tell me, what solution can we recommend over here to avoid this thing from happening, that the staff is not very comfortable using the new system? What can be the possible solution? You people were telling me while we were discussing that the management should clearly give the reason why we are making this change, and we should also give the benefits to the new to the staff, telling about the new system, that with this new system your work will become easier, your work will become faster. And should we allow them to ask questions or not? Should we allow them to ask questions? Yes, we should. So this is what we will frame for our solution. Now I will switch my paragraph. I will say management should consider explaining the staff clearly about the reason why the software, the new HMS, is clearly about the reason why the new HMS is implemented, and discuss with them the benefits of switching to the same. The staff should also be allowed to ask constructive questions so that they become more acceptive of the new system. Right. We will definitely use the training point also, but we can save it for the other points that we are going to make over here. This is the first point which I would have framed if I was the one answering this question in my exam. Now, what is the second thing I would talk about? You people were saying that if I consult with my staff, if I discuss with my staff, it is going to improve the acceptance. It's going to make them more likely towards accepting what the change the management is doing. So another subheading which I will write about is consulting will improve acceptance. This is the subheading I will create. And then I will frame my answer forward, explaining this point which I am talking about. Now, again, I will use some of the information from the case study. So if in the case study, you people have gone through it, what exactly is the HMS used for? What exactly is the HMS used for if you people have read the case study? It is used for the bookings. That means even your guests are using the HMS. So hotel staff, guests, these are the main users. Hotel staff are one of the key users of the HMS for the day-to-day operational activities. For example, updating the room status. So is the room occupied? Is the room vacant? Is the room cleaned? Is there dining done which is served into the room? So all of these status updates are put over the HMS. So from an operational perspective, this becomes a very important thing. Now, what will be the impact of it? So if you are not consulting the staff, what will happen is, if in case the new system does not meet the needs of the operations, because sitting at the top management, if you are the CEO, you do not know what the person who's actually working on the ground level, what does that person exactly require. So if in case this new system does not meet the needs at the operational level, what will happen is inefficiencies will happen, errors are going to happen, which will ultimately reduce the effectiveness of your operations, and it will also affect the customer satisfaction. So what will be the solution for this? We will say that if you consult the staff, if you involve them in the implementation, this will increase the participation from the staff, and this will ensure that the new system is supportive of the needs of the business. I see one question being asked by Aswathi, will this fetch you 2 plus 2 marks? So the answer over here, it really depends on the examiner. If we talk about the points which we have made over here, we are first talking about what the problem is. We have explained what will be the impact of that problem, and then we are giving the solution also. So yes, in a manner, we could think that this is something first, the impact is going to fetch us 2 marks, then the solution can possibly fetches 2 marks, but still we will try to write as many points as it is possible for us. I will show you people, I think 7 to 8 points. Now you people can decide as per your time management, as per what the other, maybe if it's a bouncer question which comes up in your paper, you have some extra time, then utilize that time to write the answers for easy requirements like this one over here. So the point that we were just discussing, consulting is going to improve the acceptance. So what is the thing that we will talk about? The scenario fact that we are using over here is that hotel staff are the main users of the HMS, And because of this particular thing, them being the most important one, this, what are they exactly using for? They are using it for the day-to-day operations. So hotel staff are the main users of the HMS for daily operations, such as updating the status of the rooms. Right? Now we are going to say that what is going to be the impact in case the staff is not consulted. So we'll say that if the staff is not consulted, if the new software, new system does not meet the operational needs of the staff, this will lead to inefficiencies and the errors. So we'll say over here, if staff are not consulted, in case the software, or you can say the system, does not meet the operational needs of the staff, it will lead to operational inefficiencies and errors, due to which guest satisfaction is going to be affected. Customer satisfaction can also get affected. So what is the solution for this? We are saying that if you consulting the staff about this particular change and involving them in the process is going to make it more participative from the perspective of the staff, and this will ensure that the new system that we are getting will also support the needs of the business. So we will say consulting the staff and involving them in the process will make the change more acceptable and ensure that the new system meets the operational needs of the staff. Right. So this is another point which we have made. Then what else can we possibly talk about? Now I will use the point that you people were telling me about the training. So now we'll use the subheading that training is essential. So what we will say, what's the line of fact that we will use from the exhibit? We were given that when another hotel tried to implement this particular software called Trixie, this led to difficulties in the staff using it because they were not able to learn how to use the software. So guys, first we will explain the problem. What will happen in case the staff is not able to use the software? What will be the problem in that scenario? Okay, there are chances of error. This can also increase, yes, operational disruptions. This can also increase the time taken. Yes, inefficiency. So we might take longer amount of time to get the work done. So this can reduce the quality service, and ultimately what will happen to the reputation of Level? There's a risk that they can also lose out on the reputation. So this is going to be the problem if training is not provided. So what is the solution that we give over here? That if you give proper comprehensive training, you can bring in the people with expertise to give the training, create user guides for your staff so that they become more confident, so that they become more competent to use the new software, so that your operations can become smooth. So what we will write about over here is training is essential. So we will say here, I will bold my subheading also. I will make a point over here that picking it from the scenario itself, here it was mentioned, had difficulties learning how to use it. So we'll write about it over here. Staff at another hotel which implemented Trixie had difficulties learning how to use it. If the Level staff are not able to understand how to use the system, or you can say the HMS, it can lead to errors, delays in operations, and ultimately, this can reduce, or you can say this can have an effect on customer satisfaction as well as levels reputation. We will say that what's the solution then? Comprehensive training and user guides, detailed user guides, comprehensive training from industry, or you can say software from HMS experts, and detailed user guides should be provided to the staff so that they become confident and competent in using the new HMS, which will ensure smooth operations. Right, so here I have framed another point with respect to the training, as you people were telling me. Further, one more point, I think Surya had told us that we can also consider testing. So we can now create another subheader for the testing. So testing what will happen if we do testing? It will help us reduce the risks. So testing, reduce risks. Now I will bold my subheader, and what exactly am I going to write about over here? Now TrigZ was something which, the new hotel management system, the TrigZ system that we are using. This is something which is used for the main operations, the core operations of the business, the check-in by the guests, availability of the rooms. So guys, what will happen if this system is not tested properly? What will happen if the softwares are not tested properly? What can possibly go wrong? If you are not testing the softwares, maybe errors can happen. The status can be shown as incorrect, because of which, again, the problem can be the fact that your customers, your guests are going to be dissatisfied. Your reputation can also get damaged. So what is the solution over here that we tell? That we are going to say that you should do a testing, a pilot testing should be done, so that any issues which can possibly arise can be identified and resolved early, so that the staff confidence will also be better when it is fully implemented. So what we will write over here is the HMS system. The HMS is key to the daily operations at level. If the system is not tested, there are chances that at least in the initial phases of implementation, there can be errors in room status updates, which can significantly impact on the guest satisfaction as well as levels reputation. The new HMS should be tested in a pilot testing first, so that any possible issues can be identified and resolved early on. This will also ensure that staff will be more confident when the software, when the new HMS is fully implemented. Right. So here we have made the point about testing also. What else can we possibly discuss? What other points are, other relevant points are possible over here? You people were telling me that we can talk about the benefits with our staff. So we can say that demonstrating benefits. So here we will bold our subheading and we will say, first of all, the new HMS. What was given to us in the question? It was told to us that the new HMS, the older one is outdated, and the new HMS, it was given that it will optimize the efficiency. It is technically robust and reliable. So we are given as a case fact in the scenario that with the new HMS, our efficiency will improve, and as a result, our service quality will also get better. So what will be the problem if staff does not understand these benefits? If the staff do not know about these benefits, or they are not clearly told about these benefits, they would want to resist using a new system, so which will not exactly help level, because whatever heavy investment they are making in this new system, it will all go to waste. The investment will not be very effective. So what you should do over here is you should demonstrate to the staff how the new system is going to improve their work. It's going to make their work faster. It's going to help them give better quality service to their guests, so that they remain motivated and they will also support the adoption of the new system. So this is what we are going to frame our answer like over here. So we'll say that the new HMS is going to optimize efficiency and is technically robust and reliable. New HMS, the new HMS will optimize staff efficiency, and the system is technically robust and reliable. If the staff do not understand these benefits, they will resist from this change, reducing the effectiveness of the investment made by level. The staff, what's the solution? The staff should be clearly communicated and demonstrated as to how the new software will, the new system, the new HMS will help them get their work done more efficiently, and improve the quality of guest services. This will help level get staff support and easy implementation, and help with easy adaptation and implementation of this change. Right. So talking to them about the benefits is something which is absolutely important. Then what else can we possibly talk about? You people were, I think Aswati made the point that we should also give the rewards to the employees. So what we can also write about here, another solution we can give them is that with the help of, this software, this new system can be implemented better if we offer the recognition and rewards to the employees. So in the case study, we are seeing, if you people have gone through the case study, Level already has a employee recognition recognition program in place. So if we do have a system like that, if we have a rewarding system, then the people who are getting the employees, they will what you should be rewarding those employees who are supporting the new system. So this will help that all of the staff will maintain a positive behavior towards the new system, and will motivate the staff to also adopt this new change. So this will help it very easy for you to do this change in the daily operations of the company. So we can write about recognition and rewards. So we'll say that level already has a staff recognition system in place. Rewarding the employees who adopt the new system will encourage them to have a positive attitude towards this change and motivate the employees to to adapt to the change quickly. This will help level to implement this change on the daily operations level. Right, so this is what we can talk about the rewards and recognition. Further, you people were telling me any other points that you people can think we can add here? Any other points that you people can think we can possibly make or add over here? Okay, feedbacks, follow ups, all right. One more very relevant point which we can possibly make over here is about the values that Level PLC has. So I think in the pre-scene material, we would be given about their values. Okay, so we were told about. Do we have the option to search here? No, we don't. Okay, so level, company background, company's growth, board structure, seasonality, pricing. I think I remember reading. Yes, here is about their values. So within their values, do you people see anything related to our staff? Anything that they want to achieve with their staff? Two of the values, value of care and the value of responsibility. They want to take care of their staff and they act in a socially responsible manner. We support and develop our staff. We are committed to offering them fair reward for their work. So whenever you people are making a change to your system, then isn't it your responsibility to also reward them fairly for their work, to support them, take care of your staff? Yes, it is. So if you are doing this change implementation properly, this will also help you align with Level's values. So this is the next point that we are going to make, that in Level's value, we are talking about supporting our staff, promoting teamwork within our staff. So if my staff is feeling unsupported, their morale can go down, the resistance can increase, which will ultimately affect how the things are getting implemented in my company. So what I should do over here is I should provide them training. I should involve them so that I am keeping up with the values of the company. At the same time, my staff get to have a participation in what is happening in the company. So this is the next point which we can possibly talk about here. So I'll frame one more point. This is where I will mention about aligning with Level's values. So I'll again bold my subheading and now say in levels values, there is a mention about taking care of our staff and encouraging teamwork. Encouraging teamwork. Right? This is the case related fact. Now, how do I give the explanation for this? If the staff are feeling unsupported, if the staff are feeling unsupported, the resistance may increase, which will lower down the success chances of implementation of the new HMS system. Now, what we should do is providing training as well as keep letting the employees participate in this entire process will help level upkeep its values and at the same time increase the staff engagement. Right. So this is the point how we can link it to the scenarios even more when I am linking it to the values of level. Now, guys, one more point that I can possibly think of. I'm trying to give you people as many points as possible. Now, then you can narrow down a few points that you would want to include in your answer. We'll talk about one more point, then I'll show you the conclusion, how we have to end this particular task. So another point which we can make is about the senior management accountability. So you people tell me that in case management has just announced that we will be making this change, do you think this will be the only thing which the top management should be doing, or is there anything else which the top management should also do? At all points in time, you people were giving me this point also, that there should be follow-ups. You should be discussing with your staff. The senior management should keep collecting the feedback from the staff. Are you able to catch up to the new system? Are you facing any difficulties? If the staff is facing difficulties, then solutions should be provided for that. In case any challenges are there in the new system, we should listen to our staff, pass it on to the developer of the HMS systems. So senior management accountability is also very, very important. Who has decided that this new system will be used? Is it the staff or is it the board of directors? Who has decided that we will be using this new system? It's the board of directors. So now if they have taken a decision, if they are not actively involved in the implementation, then the staff, there are chances that they may not take this particular change very seriously, and this can increase the risk of the failure. So what will be important over here? Strong leadership is important so that all the resources that are needed for this particular change are sufficiently provided to the staff and the implementation also happens successfully. So senior management accountability is something which is very much needed over here. So I have bold this point and then I will write the explanation for this. I'll say that the decision to implement Trig Z has been approved by the board. If the board is not actively involved in the implementation of the new HMS, there are chances that the staff may take this new change lightly, which can lead to an implementation failure. Active participation from the board is essential to ensure that staff is provided with sufficient resources to adapt or to adopt this new system and ensure the successful implementation of the new HMS. Right, so this is the last point which I would show to you people over here. Then we will discuss about the conclusion. So how we can conclude this particular answer. I can probably leave 2 lines over here to tell that I'm done with making all the points. Now I am concluding with what I am taking away from this note which I have prepared for the CEO. So can you people maybe write a conclusion in 1 to 2 sentences? Let me know what we can possibly write as the conclusion here. What can we possibly write as the conclusion here? Take 2 minutes, frame it, put it in the chat box. Let's see who frames the best conclusion. Are you guys writing? I'm waiting for you. A simple conclusion can be written in 2 sentences. Okay, I have one answer from Chetna. Chetna says, based on the above points, taking into consideration, I would like to conclude that both senior and staff has to be coordinated with each other so that the implementation becomes a success. Okay. I'm waiting for other answers. Also, change process can be easier by understanding the staff requirements and proper communication. Okay. What we can also do is now conclusion is we have to summarize what all things we have spoken about in the answer, that the whole big answer that I have framed. In conclusion, I'm basically trying to summarize it in 1 to 3 sentences. So what I will do over here is all the solutions which I have spoken about. What are the solutions? Providing the training to them, involving them, testing the systems, recognizing the contributions. That means rewarding the staff and ensuring strong leadership. These are a few things which level can do so that the staff will be supported. And ultimately, if they do all of this, what will happen? Staff will be more they will show more acceptance towards the change which is happening. And this will also help you to have the implementation done successfully while at the same time maintaining the good quality service that you will be providing to your guests. So this is how we can frame a conclusion in merely 2 sentences. We can say that we can say that levels board can support staff by what were the things? Providing training, involving employees, testing the system, further recognizing, or you can say rewarding the employees, and ensuring strong leadership. This will improve the staff acceptance and will help in the successful implementation of TRIGZ while maintaining a good quality service for the guests. Right. So simple, two sentences within 3 lines, I have wrapped up my answer. Yes, Chetna, basically summarizing all the sub points that you have mentioned. This is the technique which will work for you for 90% of the conclusions that you have to frame. Right? Is this conclusion looking good to you? Better than the ones which you people were thinking about? Okay, so this was the task which we have drafted together. Any queries that you people have from here? You're all with me? Okay, great. So now that we are done with the question practice also, I will take you people back to the slides where I will say about the important topics to you people. I am receiving one query from Snehal. How many points can we write in exam in this particular format? So let me take you people back over here. Now the points that we are making, some of the points are enough to fetch us more than 2 marks, but some points will only fetch us 2 marks. For example, if I talk about the very first point, here I have spoken about the impact, then I gave a solution. So this point is enough to fetch me 4 marks. Then here, if I talk about, I have first spoken about if the staff are not consulted, then what will happen? I have given the solution that if staff are consulted, then the change will happen in a much more better manner. Here also I can say maybe about 3 marks I will be able to obtain from over here. So 4 plus 3, 7 marks I'm able to gather so far. Till here also, if I have not given the training, what will happen? If I give the training, then what will be the thing that will be happening? So again, maybe on a safer side, account for 3 marks over here also. So far 7 plus 3, 10 marks are sorted. Testing is another point in itself. Let's take another 3 marks over here. Being on a very conservative side, let's take 3 marks over here also. So 13 marks. Demonstrating the benefits, talking about what will be the better thing if the staff we are talking about, that what are the benefits that will happen. So let's maybe add even 2 points only. So 15 marks still here. Then we have written about recognition, we have written about values, we have written about accountability. We can take maybe 2 marks again for recognition, so 17 marks. Aligning with values, again, we can take 2 marks over here. So 17 plus 2 gives you 19. And here, senior management and accountability, again, I would say 2 marks on a conservative side here. So add plus 2 to the 17 figure, that gives you 19 marks. So here I've given you people enough content about 19 marks. You people can decide what are the points. Now, this is not any exhaustive list. There can be other points also which will be marked correct. But now it depends upon your judgment on what are the points that you frame, how well you explain those points, because the points can be strong, but it also matters the way that you are explaining those points. So if the explanation is good, then they fetch you even more marks. But if your explanations are not thinking from all the different perspectives, then you end up losing the marks. So try to, for any of the questions, if the time allows you, if you are able to think of multiple points, try to write as many as possible. I have given you an estimated figure. Simply take the total marks, divide that by 2. That rule is something which you should stick by. Here, I also wanted to show you people more number of points because I want to cover as many different perspectives as possible. Now, this is not the answer which I would expect you people to frame in your exam. Maybe 2 points, 3 points lesser than this answer would also be working fine. Do we have to give recommendations? Harshita, here the nature of the task specifically wanted us to talk about how to deal with the change. Recommendations are only required, only meant to be given in the answer when they are required. So here the requirement asked it from me. How did I get to know? Requirement wanted me to discuss how to manage the change. So how means you have to give the solutions. That is why we have included the recommendations. That is why we have given the solutions. Yes, absolutely right, Cheta. When you answer the requirement properly, now here commercial acumen was asked. So here, since I've spoken about customer service, I've spoken about, operational efficiencies, all of these things are related to business, how the business makes money, reputation. These are the things which also I am demonstrating with the help of my commercial acumen. Okay. All right. So now I'll take you people towards the important topics. You people can maybe take a screenshot, take a snip, whatever you people feel like. This is the list of important topics. I have classified them on the broader syllabus areas that you people have. So firstly, if you talk about anything which is related to the finance and the performance, financial ratios are important. You people have been studying ratios in nearly all of your ACCA papers. Budgeting area, information systems, MIS, TPS, decision support systems, executive support systems. This is all basic information. Funding decisions, that means where does the company get the money from? Should they take the money from debt? Should the money come from equity? These topics are important from the finance and performance perspective. Strategy and reporting. So integrated reporting, the six capitals, human, natural, manufactured, all of these things, the different capitals that you have studied. Sustainability is extremely important. Anything related to the environment is important. Risk management and the control improvement. So if anything wrong is happening with the company, you identify what is wrong and then you give the recommendations, then you give the solutions to deal with that particular risk, that particular problem. Then governance and ethics. So your corporate governance, the structure of the board of directors, NEDs that are present, any issues which can happen in family owned businesses, you people should be aware about. The code of ethics, the different, the acronym that we have, PICOP, professional competence and due care, objectivity, confidentiality, all of these code of ethics. Public interest, we as accountants, we are all chartered certified accountants. People have trust in us. If we are signing a balance sheet, people have faith that yes, okay, we have checked the balance sheet and the numbers are not cooked up. It's a fair and balanced view about a company. So this is about public interest. I should not just for the sake of my own benefit approve anything which I should not be approving. Ethical issues, implications, so confidentiality threat, if I'm doing something wrong with the environment, if I'm maybe cheating some of my customers, cheating some of my suppliers, these are all ethical issues. Then with related to technology and business, so when both of these things come together, you talk about e-businesses, digital marketing, big data, the different V's that we have with big data, volume, variety, veracity, all of these are important. Customer relationship management, because in today's time, we all know that customer is actually the king. There are so many different options that the customers can choose from. So if we want the customers to buy from us, we have to keep our customers satisfied. IT related risks, cyber security, cloud computing, you people would have practiced, you would have seen this coming up in a lot of questions if you would have practiced the most recent past papers. So these are some of the important areas. Further about the projects and controls. So the project management area, PID, project initiation document, control weaknesses and the recommendations. These are a few of the important topics. Now moving forward to some of the models. Now again, I have told you people this thing before also. If you write your answers without using models, still it will be the right thing to do, provided the points that you're making are relevant. But still, some of the models which usually get tested, here you people can see the list of those models which often get tested, which often are usable when it comes towards the model usage in your exam. So pestle analysis, Porter's five forces, strategic position analysis, SWOT, TOWS, Ansoff growth matrix, Mendelow's stakeholder matrix, the cultural web model, risk mitigation process and the steps, SFA framework, the BCG matrix. SFA will usually be something that you use for your acquisitions, corporate parenting matrix, hormone process strategy, and then the three-stage change model, the freeze, unfreeze, and refreeze, all of these things. So these are the important list of models. Then having a quick recap about the number of points. We have discussed this thing yesterday. The general rule will be the sum total of the technical marks plus the professional marks divided by 2. That will tell you the number of points that you have to frame. Some of the exceptions, which again we have spoken about yesterday, if you're giving weakness plus recommendation, risk plus recommendation, weakness recommendation, risk recommendation, then 2 marks will be there for weakness, 2 marks will be there for the recommendation. So frame your answers accordingly. If a particular number of weakness or risk is asked, then divide the total marks. Let's suppose 20 marks are available and 4 risks are asked. That means each risk you have to explain according to 5 marks. If slides are required, let's suppose 2 slides are required for 12 marks. So that means per slide I have 6 marks. So this is how calculate how many number of points are going to be needed. This is something which we have discussed previously also. Are you all with me till here? Okay, yes, I will share the PDF. All right. Okay, so now I will come to the preparation tips that you people can follow for your last 1 week. So as it is, it's the Thursday. Now the next coming week is the whole week that you people have. And then from the next week from that, the March 1st week, your exams are going to be there. So what are the things that I want you to focus upon in the last week? Focus only on the final revision of your key topics, the topics which I have just told you people about. Avoid starting anything new at this particular stage. Consolidate upon what all you have previously learned about. You have to focus on studying at least 5 to 6 hours daily. Now, barely a few days are left. So even if you people are working professionals, now is the time to put increased number of hours, and your focus should be on quality practice. Prioritize rather than revising the theory again and again, prioritize practicing as much as you can. Draft your answers as much as you can. 90% of the time that you study should be spent over practice. Only 10% of the time that you are using for studying should be spent over revising the theoretical related concepts. That's how much importance drafting holds, because you all know in the SBL paper, if you know 100% of the concepts but you do not know how to draft your answers, nobody can stop you from failing the paper. But even if you don't know 100% of the concepts but you are decent at drafting, you can still clear the paper very much with good marks, right? So prioritize practicing over the theory revision. Revise your formats properly. Professional skills, I had discussed yesterday the point structure, that you first copy paste some fact from the scenario, you explain the impact, then you give the solution. So all of these things, remember that what I have taught to you about structuring your points. You have to be calm, you have to be confident, avoid overloading yourself before the exam. Now this might sound something that maybe everyone tells you, but you don't realize how important it is to be calm, to be confident in the last few days, because this is a very common thing. It happens to a lot of students. You people will be doing the best of your preparation, the best of your practice over the past 1.5 months. But now when the last week is about to hit, so many students face a fear, a sort of a feeling where they think that, oh my God, I don't know anything. I don't know what I will do in exam. This is exam anxiety. This is exam fear. Please do not feel this way. I know that just me saying it out loud is not going to help with that, but try to channelize your energy in practicing drafting and spend lesser time on worrying. Spend more time on actually doing something productive which will help you in your exam, right? Do not overload yourself. You should be attempting at least 3 to 5 full case studies, out of which at least 2 should be properly timed mock exams, which you sit on the CBE practice platform and get them evaluated from somebody. My test series students, already we have 6 full-fledged mocks that we will be evaluating. Some of them, nearly all of the mocks are done. I think last 1 or 2 mocks will be remaining. So this is something which is extremely important, because the feedback is going to help you improve. First, you will identify where you are going wrong, and then you improve your answers. I have noticed, touch wood, with my test series students, with each and every passing mock that they are appearing for, with the feedback that we are giving to them, the score is on a gradual increase. Mock 2 score is slightly better than Mock 1. Mock 3 score is slightly better than Mock 2. This is exactly what we need. We need consistent improvement towards a good and a better answer. So try to do at least 3 to 5 case studies, and two of them at the bare minimum should be done under proper timed exam conditions, which should also be evaluated by somebody. Do them at a gap so that the first mock that you do, you get that evaluated. In the meantime, you work upon the feedback, then you appear for another mock and see whether you were able to improve or not. Further, analyze your mistakes, find out where you're going wrong. Is it the quality of the points that you're making that's the problem? Are you writing too less? Are you writing too much? Is there a problem with your time management? Are you structuring your points properly or not? And are you linking your answers to the exhibits or not? These are few things which matter the most. Your structure, your time management, the way that you're linking your answers to the exhibits, these are some things which are extremely very crucial. Now, moving forward to some of the tips that I would like to give for you people when you are actually in the exam hall, when you're sitting for the exam. So, I think I have discussed some of it yesterday also. My recommendation to you guys will be to start off with the easier questions first. Attempt the difficult ones or any question which you feel will consume more amount of time. Attempt that later. Start with what you are the most confident about and then go in the decreasing order. You have to maintain a very strict time control because you know if you are not able to complete your paper, it will be a huge blunder. Then being able to even pass the exam, forget about trying to score a rank. Even passing will become extremely difficult if we are not able to complete the entire paper. So your time control has to be very strict. Mention your target finishing time before you start any of your answers. So let's suppose I'm starting an answer which carries 20 marks. So I'll quickly multiply 20 with 1.8. That gives me 36 minutes. So I'll start right now, and as soon as 36 minutes are over, it does not matter whether my answer has finished or not. I have to move forward to the next requirement. Another tip, another some piece of advice that I would give you is focus on application as much as possible. Do not just run behind the theory. Your marks do not come from the knowledge based theory. Your marks come from using your knowledge in the case scenario. So if I know all of the SBL concepts but I'm not able to link it to my answers, it's going to be of zero use to me. It's as good as not having any knowledge. So focus on application. Do not run behind your theories. Use professional language, use business appropriate language. Do not use unnecessarily slangs or short words in the middle. So maintain proper business professional tone in your answers, language, formats, and everything. I have already told you people the structure. You begin each and every point with a fact given in the case study. You then explain its impact. If the time allows to you, try to add one more extra point so that you're able to maximize your marks. Further, guys, whenever you go and step into your SBL paper, your focus is now you are entering as soon as your feet enter into your ACCA SBL exam hall. The moment you enter there, you are no longer an SBL student. You are the CFO of a company. So think from that perspective. Leave the student mindset behind. Leave the accountant mindset behind. Become a senior manager. Become a CFO. Think from the perspective of a CFO. The more you try to concentrate your energy towards thinking like a CFO, the better will be the quality of your answers. Okay. One more thing is try to keep your points short and precise, around 2 to 3 lines. As soon as you think you are writing a huge lot of information, switch your paragraph. Even if it's the same point, but you want to write more than 3 to 4 sentences, switch to the next paragraph, leave a break in between so that there's better readability for the examiner. Use clear subheadings so that your presentation will become better and you will also end up gaining more professionalism marks. Avoid forcing the use of models. Use models only when they are relevant. So these are a few tips I have discussed for you 1 week that we are left with for the exam, and the tips that you people should follow when you are entering into the exam. Okay, are you all with me till here? Okay. Great. Now I will come towards the study plan for the last week. So, 1 week that we are left with, this is what you people should be channeling your energy upon. Firstly, revise the important topics. Focus on revising. Now, there's no time left for understanding. So, revise on all of your key concepts, the business impacts. Review the different impacts, recommendations, answer approaches. So, all of the past papers that you people have solved so far, review how did you write about their impact, review what recommendations you had given to them, because whatever you will get in your final exam will somehow be a mixture of what has been asked in the previous exams. So review that, revise through that, skim through your previous answers, the possible improvements which your tutors or your mentors would have talked to you about. You can also watch the exam technique and the format revision session, which I had conducted as the day one of the Master for March webinar. So I have told you people exactly what technique you have to follow in your exam, what are the formats that we should be sticking to. These are the formats which are directly from the ACCA Study Hub. If you do that, this will help you improve your professional marks, because on day one, I had also told you what exactly you have to do to score marks in exactly which of the professional skills. I have told you how to structure your answers, and I've also told you how you link your answers to the exhibits. Now, the case study practice is again something which is extremely crucial in the last 1 week. At least 2 to 3 case studies should be done. The specimen paper, the most recent exam paper, and one additional practice question. This is my recommendation for you people. Attempt a full mock exam, at least 1 or 2 is what I recommend under proper strict exam conditions. Get that evaluated, analyze your mistakes, improve your structure, improve your time management. This is what I want you people to do in the coming week. Further, pre-scene is also one very important aspect which you people should be going through in detail, analyzing in detail, but again, don't overdo it. Overdoing of anything is bad, right? So pre-scene is definitely something which you people should be focusing your attention upon, but it's not like this is going to be the end of the world. I have seen so many students who will spend literally hours and hours trying to dissect what is given in the pre-scene. We are not supposed to dissect into it. It's not a body of which you have to perform an autopsy. No, this is not what you are doing over here. We are just getting to know about the company's background, the company's values, any financial information about the company. So just know about it. So maybe I would say go through the pre-scene, read it maximum 3 to 4 times. Do not overread it. Okay. Make your notes, summarize any of the important things from there, whatever you feel like, but do not overdo it. Revise what are the key things that you should remember. What is the strategy of the company? What risks is the company facing? What are the key issues? What problems are being faced by the company, and how the company has been performing financially. The students who will also be attending day 3 of the webinar, I will tell you exactly what you have to focus upon in the pre-scene, what are the key areas, the risks, the issues with the company, what possible points we can frame in our answers. So all of this we will go through in very much detail in the day 3 of the webinar. So this is what I would want you people to do in the last 1 week. Again, giving you a summary, revise important topics, go through your past answers, see what are the common recommendations, common problems which the companies are facing, what solutions do you give them in that scenario, revise your formats, revise your exam technique, revise the way that you have to structure your answer, revise the way that you have to link your answers to the exhibit. attempt at least 2 to 3 case studies on the past practice platform so that you become familiar with the software. Get at least 1 to 2 mocks evaluated by somebody. If you're a self-study student, go approach mentors who provide the mock evaluation services. We also do that at Being ACCA, so you can reach out to me as well. But please, no matter, I'm not saying you have to take the evaluation from me. Wherever you take it from, just get it done. At least 1 to 2 mocks is what you should be doing. You should be getting the evaluations done, improving and working upon your feedbacks. And lastly, the pre-seen content is also something which you should be emphasizing upon. Okay. All right. So this is what I had in agenda for today. I'll quickly answer any of the queries that you people have. Surya says the third webinar on Sunday. Yes, Surya, I will confirm the timing over the group very soon. Most likely it's going to be on Sunday, the same time as we have been meeting today as well as yesterday. But yes, the confirmation I will share over the group very soon. All the students were asking how to enroll for the day 3 of the webinar. So you can note down my number from over here. Drop me a message and I will share the procedure of how you can register for the day 3 of the webinar. Test series also, yeah, you can reach out to me over here and I'll let you know. Yes, you can enroll for mocks also. Okay, guys. So did you find today's session also helpful? Yes, the drafting practice that we did together? Okay, great. I'm glad to know. All right, guys. So all the very best. Those ones who I will not be seeing in the day 3, although I do expect to see a lot of you in the day 3 of the webinar also. But if this is the last time that we are meeting, I wish you all the very best for your SBL paper in the March 2026 attempt. I really hope and pray that you all clear the paper with very good marks. All the very best to my CFOs.